The cruelest thing my wife ever did was cheat on a girl's trip and post the hotel view like it was a trophy, like my trust was just background scenery. She wanted me to see that ocean, that balcony, that expensive calm. What she didn't plan for was the way my mind works. I zoom in. I always have. And when I zoomed in on her photo, I saw one detail she forgot to hide. Here's how it happened. My name is Micah Grant. I'm black, quiet, and I work compliance for a shipping company in Baltimore. My whole job is patterns. What doesn't match the story people tell? I'm not loud. I don't beg. I don't chase chaos. I prefer receipts, timelines, and decisions that don't require speech. Simone and I were married and living near the harbor, the kind of apartment with clean lines and good light in the mornings. We looked solid from the outside. We did the small things couples do: takeout nights, weekend errands, laughter at dumb shows. But over the last few months, Simone's patience with me got thin in a way I couldn't fully name. Her phone started living face down. Her mood shifted if I walked into the room too quietly. She'd say I was doing the most when I asked simple questions. Then came the girls' trip. She told me she needed a reset. Miami Beach. Her friend Talia Monroe and a couple other women. No husbands, no stress, she said, like it was a wellness retreat. She packed like she was going to be photographed. Dresses folded with care. New sandals. A fresh set of nails. She moved through the apartment fast, like Baltimore was holding her back. At the door, she kissed my cheek and said, "Don't be weird while I'm gone." Not, "I'll miss you." Not, "Thank you for understanding." Just a warning, like I was the problem waiting to happen. That first night, I didn't spiral. I made dinner, cleaned up, answered a few work emails, and tried to enjoy the quiet. Around midnight, I opened my phone and saw her post. A hotel balcony view. Ocean stretching wide. Glass railing catching the sunset. A little white table set near the door. It looked like a postcard. Her caption was light. Too light. Like she was performing happiness for an audience. Most people would double tap and move on. I didn't. I like photography, and I always zoom in: waves, horizon line, reflections, the small stuff. I pinched the screen and pulled the image closer, and my body went cold. In the reflection of the sliding glass door behind the balcony, faint but clear, there was a man. Not a blur you could argue away. A forearm holding a phone at chest height, the posture of someone taking the picture. What made my throat tighten wasn't even the arm. It was his wrist, a thick braided bracelet with a bright metal clasp. I knew that bracelet because I'd seen it at one of Simone's networking mixers. Devin Ricks, the business friend, the guy she said was like a brother, the guy who shook my hand and smiled a little too long, like he was testing the strength of my marriage with his eyes. I stared at the zoomed reflection until it stopped feeling like a mistake and started feeling like a message. Then I noticed something else. On the balcony table, near Simone's drink, was a hotel key sleeve with 2 key cards tucked inside. 2. If this was a girl's trip, why was a man taking the photo? If she was alone in that room, why were there 2 keys? My first impulse was to call. My second impulse was to text her a screenshot and ask, "Who is that?" But I didn't. Because the moment you accuse someone who moves like Simone, you don't get truth. You get erasing. You get a story about how you're controlling, insecure, ruining her peace. And while you're defending yourself, the evidence disappears. So I did what I do at work. I verified. I screenshot the post. I saved the zoom crop. I captured the timestamp. Then I opened my laptop and created a folder named Miami. Next, I checked our shared card activity. Simone insisted on keeping one travel card connected to our joint account for emergencies. I didn't fight it because I trusted her. That trust started cracking in real time. There was a room service charge, 2 entrees, not one. Not shared fries, not a single meal. 2 full plates. Then a late-night rideshare. Hotel to a location across town and back. That's not a tired girl's trip night. That's movement. That's company. I checked her phone plan after that. Not her messages, not her photos. Just activity. Patterns. There were 2 long FaceTime calls to a number saved under a name I didn't recognize. But the last 4 digits? I recognized them immediately. Devin. I saved screenshots into the Miami folder like I was building a case file. Because that's what it was, a reality check assembled piece by piece. Simone posted again the next day. brunch plates, a laughing selfie with Talia, another ocean view. Her smile looked effortless, like nothing in her life was complicated. That part hurt more than I expected. Not the cheating alone, but the ease of it. The way she wore betrayal like it was perfume. I didn't comment. I didn't like. I didn't give her a reaction. Instead, I created a second folder on my laptop. Not because I wanted revenge, because I wanted to stop living in a story where I had to beg someone to respect me. By the time she messaged, landing soon, I'd already moved my direct deposit to my personal account. I'd already reviewed the lease. My name was primary. I'd already booked a legal consultation to understand my next steps. Quiet doesn't mean weak. Quiet means prepared. When Simone walked through the door that night, she looked sun-kissed and happy. She rolled her suitcase in like she was returning from a spa. "Babe," she said brightly. I needed that. I hug her like a normal husband. Not cold, not angry, normal. And that's why she relaxed. Because she believed I was still the version of me she could lie to. That night, she tried to act normal. The next morning, I asked her one question, and her face changed so fast it told me everything before she spoke. If you want part 2, subscribe, because I'm posting it next, and it's the moment she realizes a reflection can end a marriage.